What you about to witness is my thoughts. Just my thoughts, man. Right or wrong, just what I was feeling at the time. You ever felt like this? You vibe with me.
So, yesterday, like a lot of Bahamians, I received a 2018-19 budget communication from the government of the Bahamas. And I noticed a lot of items in there that would affect entrepreneurs if given to the right entrepreneurs. So I see that they address things like the blue economy and digital economy, which focuses on businesses tapping into their digital potential and seeing how they can monetize on that. With that, they also addressed things such as breadbasket items and the fact that they're lowering the amount to be paid on those, which I'm a little skeptical about, because although they lowered the amount on those breadbasket items, a lot of those items aren't really the healthiest choices for people and things that I personally wouldn't be trying to eat. So as a country that's trying to be more health conscious and focus on health a little more, I would think that we wouldn't really be trying to promote things like that. I also noticed in the budget where they addressed the fact, of course, of the value-added tax being raised from 7.5% to 12%, something that a lot of people are really talking about and something that's got like a lot of people up in arms, because they're looking at the effect of if a business, if the tax is raised, it affects the consumer more than actually the people who own businesses. Because as someone who owns a business, when you receive direct costs, you're able to give that cost to your consumers. So they're able to raise the prices of what they're doing and the prices and the cost of what it would cost them to actually produce their product. And instead of them receiving that, they actually pass it on to the customer. So overall, the consumer will be the one who really feels the effect of that. So if you're already established with your business and everything going properly, I don't really think it would affect you as much, but it may affect the consumers, which will ultimately affect you. A next thing I noticed in terms of tax was that for some reason with the gaming houses, something that black Bahamians have actually been able to tap into and benefit from a lot, they're planning to do with some of the gaming houses a 50% increase in the amount that they're taxed on. And I just found that extremely ridiculous. I don't understand how you can tax someone 50% on their business. It's basically like they're working for you at that point. You basically own the company. You basically have full equity in everything they do. Why would I build a company from the ground up, struggle day in and day out to build my company up, for someone just to come there and say, oh yeah, and every time you make money, I don't do nothing to help you with this, but I get 50% of it? That's pretty ridiculous to me, and I don't understand how that's even illegal to do that to someone. My next question is also, why would they do that to a particular industry and specifically target certain people? And I'm not sure that they do this to any other industry, so it's really ridiculous to me. Also, casinos are in the same sector basically of gambling, but a lot of our casinos in the Bahamas, of course, if not all, are owned by foreigners, but they're not receiving any higher taxes because apparently their terms are already locked into the agreements. If that's the case, those agreements aren't the smartest agreements. But also, it just makes me wonder, why would you tax the one thing that our own black Bahamians have been able to benefit from a lot and actually see the rewards, and people who actually try to do certain things to give back to the community? Why would you tax them so much and not tax the foreigners who are benefiting from the same industry? So these are the things that were really on my mind. And I think that there's a lot of potential for a lot of the initiatives. And I think the focus was actually good. Like, I see a lot of things about bringing in solar cars, things like that. And I think what these things can grow into can be good, but I also think they have to be distributed to the right people. So we have to focus on getting the resources to the people who actually need them. We speak about doing entrepreneurial initiatives and giving grants and stuff like that, but if I'm a Bahamian entrepreneur and I come to you with my idea, how do I know I'll receive the access? Even because I know a lot of people actually come with good ideas and actually don't receive the funding. Our next thing is security. I'm sure we have a lot of people similar to myself who are interested in doing things, but how do we know that when we bring our ideas to certain people, they can actually be trusted? Of course, in this world, you have to be willing to share your thoughts, but it's been shown historically that sometimes when you share your thoughts with certain people, they actually have the access to do certain things, and although it may be a conflict of interest, they still go ahead with it and nothing really happens. So my thing with that is, if we have entrepreneurs who are brave enough to share, how do we know they'll actually receive the rewards of sharing? and actually be able to do something to affect our country and overall help it. In all, of course, I'm optimistic about the future because I have confidence in myself and our people, and I believe that we can do a lot of great things. But with these initiatives, we just have to make sure that they're handled the right way and that people actually fulfill the duties of what they're supposed to be doing. So it's all good to have a plan and have good talk, but at the end of the day, it's action. So let's make sure we perform and better our country.